I woke up, stared at the ceiling. My body tense from a bad dream. I glanced toward the window, barely seeing sunlight through the blackout curtain. Bird chirped outside. That only makes me more annoyed. Another morning, another day at work. As I considered getting up, a voice whispered, "Is this all there is?" As long as I get to the office by 10 a.m., I'll be fine. So I keep lying there unmotivated. This wasn't new. The weight had been there for weeks. Lying there, I started to understand the weight. It's not just from exhaustion, but the quiet tension of living out of alignment. And here's why it hits so hard. I am a first generation Taiwanese American, introvert, and lesbian. When I first arrived in the US, the biggest cultural shock is not the food or the language, it's realized my cultural playbook no longer worked. The one who told me, be humble, keep my head down, and work really hard. Don't make wave. And in the corporate America, that playbook only left me overworked and underestimated. So I changed my playbook. I learned to take up the space, to speak louder. Basically, I acted like the type of man who got rewarded. And it worked. Only on the surface, I got promoted a few times. Yet, I don't I felt deeply rejected because it wasn't me who got promoted. It was a carefully crafted image of me. So every day I wear this costume and become harder to breathe. One morning like this, I realized something kind of changed. So I hired my first coach. I didn't know it back then. That decision would change my life completely. I became aware of the programming that's in my culture, my upbringing, and the corporate world. Each carried rules that I thought I needed to follow in order to be successful. And I started question every should. As I do so, I realized those rules were keeping me small. So I began choose courage over conformity and alignment over performance. And I realized even when we are underestimated, every small step that we take bring us closer to unstoppable. So I developed my own leadership framework called BOLD, a guide to write a new playbook. B, break the belief. I used to believe that leadership belongs to the loudest, who loved spotlights and always spoke first. And that just wasn't me. I'm an introvert. I thrive in small group and deep conversations, listening more than speaking. I never imagined leading until my manager asked if I would consider it. And I froze. I thought he was joking. But here is the twist. He was an introvert too, calm, thoughtful, and present. He showed me something no one else had. Quiet can be powerful, and stillness can inspire. His belief in me actually had me curious. What if my introverted leadership style was exactly what my team needed? So I experimented and make sure it was my mission to make sure everyone's voice was heard. When I see something that's truly important, I speak up and I model openness and vulnerability. And gradually, my team became closer, more connected, and more creative. So I learned leadership isn't about being the loudest. It's about breaking the old story and lead from your truth. What's a belief that's keeping you small? And is it still serving you? Oh, own your uniqueness. When I stopped seeing my introversion as a disadvantage, I stopped feeding myself into someone else's mold. I turned my differences into assets. As an immigrant, I connected with diverse candidates during hiring. As a queer woman, I make sure the unconventional opinions are heard. As an outsider, I saw opportunities when other people only saw barriers. What I used to think was my weakness now became my superpower. As I do this, my team flourished. People grew. So I learned when I lead from my truth, others feel safe to do the same. What's something that you've been hiding that might be your greatest strength? L, leads with courage. Things are going well for a few years. I became known for leading strong and self-sufficient team. Then came April 2021, a Zoom call, mass layoff, no warning, no explanation. And my mind went spiraled. Was it my accent, my gender, how I looked? I felt ashamed, angry, and confused. And underneath it all, not enough. And I realized I have tied and outsourced my worthiness to my title. And without it, I'm not only jobless, I'm lost. This awareness also gave me power. I have been coaching on the side for a few years. And this layoff is like nudge from the universe. When are you going to bet on yourself? So I did. I went all in my coaching business. And it was terrifying. Every rejection feels personal and every win fragile. But I remember I didn't upload myself across the continent to play small. I don't need confidence to make progress. What I need is the courage to take action and let confidence follow. So here are three courageous steps you can take maybe this week. Speak up in meetings when you have ideas. Ask for support instead of pretending you're fine. Say no so you have time for what truly matters. And D, design your playbook. As I started taking those tiny but courageous steps, something shifted for me. I stopped waiting for permission and I started writing my own. And here's what it looked like. I spent 1 month out of the year to be in Taiwan with my family. That's a success to me. Wednesday afternoons are Play Wednesday, a joyful rebellion against the hustle culture. And I build impact, I create impact one deep conversation at a time. I crafted my life based on my truth. The result? I wake up every day before the sunrise, feeling alive. I pause for the bird, feeling grounded and grateful. And I smile, thinking about who I get to serve today, and that includes all of you. This is the essence of designing your own playbook. The rule, not what others expect, but what's aligned with you. If you don't need to worry about other people's rules, what will your playbook look like? If today's story resonates with you, please scan the barcode to book a 15 minutes conversation with me. No pitch, just a space to reflect and start designing your playbook. I want to leave you with one last story. I almost didn't reach out to my very first podcast interview. Thought I didn't qualify it. And I got kicked out of the stage before I can finish it because I ran out of time. And I almost called sick in front of 200 plus audiences, but I didn't because I remember break the belief that great speakers are flawless and accent-free. Own my voice, my stories, and my messiness. Lead with courage, not certainty. And design a way of speaking where impact matters more than perfection. I didn't speak because I'm fearless. I speak because someone in the room who look like me, sound like me, or feel like me need to know they are not alone. And every time I speak, I become a little bit more bold. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It's the imperfect ones that count. The world will try to put us in a box, but real change starts when we start writing our own rules. Because power isn't given, it is claimed one bold step at a time. Here is my invitation. Break the beliefs that keep you small. Own your uniqueness that sets you apart. Lead with courage even when you're unsure. And design your own playbook on your own term. Because when we lead from our authenticity. We not only change our life, we raise the standard for what's possible. And this is how I became bold. Are you ready to be bold and unstoppable? Thank you. I woke up, stared at the ceiling,